Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is your... Oh, what am I? I was about to say host, but with this series, I don't want to introduce myself as your host. So, hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Winter, and I'm here with you. That's what I am. I'm here with you. It's raining and I have my incense going and I have my water and I've been feeling reflective, super reflective. There are only a couple months left in the year. Let's see, we have September, October, November, December. So there's 4 months left. There's 4 months left in 2021, and then we'll be in 2022. And I would just like to say that I'm grateful to still be experiencing creation. Everyone listening to this should feel very, very grateful to still be experiencing creation. We're here. We're here. I'm still here. Here. I'm still here. Okay, anyway, we're still here. And so, with all of that being said, we're going to continue our conversation about manifesting and manifestation. And just like all videos before this one, should I say episodes now? This is becoming a series, so maybe I should say episodes. But whatever. Just like all videos before, we're going to keep it chill. So today in Manifestation for Black Women, I want to talk about making it so. Right? We always say this, ashe, oh, make it so. You write something down, you proclaim it in your notebook, in your mind, on Twitter, to your altar, wherever, to whomever, however, and we follow up with saying, make it so. And so it is. Ashe. Asheo. And, I saw something under a tweet of mine, actually, a manifestation tweet of mine where someone said, honestly, I'm going to paraphrase. I was trying to find it, but no. But basically, the person was just saying in these tweets, people never talk about the work. Right? People just say, oh, I've manifested $1,000, glory be. Oh, I've done this, I've done that. I've manifested this, I've manifested that. And then people say that, there's no work. That those of us who speak about manifestation, those of us who speak about our personal manifestations, never talk about the work. Like we're downplaying the work it took to get there, as if we're saying that things just magic themselves and appeared in our hands. And let me tell you this. Listen to me, okay? I have absolutely woken up to money in my account that is just there. And it'll be because suddenly the bank is like, oh, oopsie poopsies on our part from something 15 months ago. We apologize. Here's $1,000 for that. I've had that. I've literally had that. I have had moments where I have needed a specific amount of money, right? And I'm going to use the example of money. I'm using the example of money because people seem to listen when you talk about money. So I'm going to use these examples because money is somewhat universal to all of us in language and understanding, thought and feeling. So I have had moments where, I'm like, I need $300. Like if I just get $300 for this week, I can get A, B, C, X, Y, and Z and done. And then I'll start to get alarms or alerts on my computer and someone's made a purchase with me or someone has booked my services, right? Manifest. Now, what has to be done after that happens? I have to provide, right? If I say to the universe, I am so grateful for the $400 that I am receiving, because it is going to allow me to do boop, 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 bam. And I received that $400 by way of someone booking my services or purchasing a product from me. The work is that I have to then deliver on those products and deliver on those services. But that is not to say that I can't say I manifested $400, because I did. Technically, I absolutely did. Here's what I am working through in thought. I feel that people get really uncomfortable with the language of manifestation, especially when we talk about manifesting physical things like money, just physical items, monies, houses, cars, clothes, shoes, whatever, you name it, hair, weave, purr, right? People get really uncomfortable when you start to use the words manifest in place of, I guess, work, because they think that you are over spiritualizing things. You're over spiritualizing the real. You're over spiritualizing your privilege. You're over spiritualizing real life. And I just want to tell y'all, I don't agree with that. I don't think that is accurate or fair to say. I think that is the embodiment of making it so. Here's the thing. I am at a point in my life, I'm 24, I'm a young woman. I'm at a point in my life where I am assuming position, so to speak, right? I've done all the things. Went to school, went to college, graduated, came back home, got a job. I am working. I've always known deep down within myself that I absolutely have no desire to be a worker bee any longer than I need to be. That's not me trying to say that people want to be worker bees, but I'm also not saying that I want to be a traditional boss either. I'm not saying that because I don't want to be a worker bee, I now want to own 18 corporations. No. I would just like to live very comfortably. I would just like to know that I don't ever have to worry about purchasing the things that I want, keeping the lights on, this, that, and the third. The real fact of the matter is I have lived, will live, always, and continue to live a very privileged life. And that is because I have been blessed, but also have chosen, right, through my divine entering of this realm, being on earth in the family that I am in, I have chosen to exist within a place, a space, with people who will take care of me, so long as I am also doing the work and showing that I absolutely have every desire to be self-sufficient. Something that I don't believe we are prepared for in adolescence, because it shouldn't be in childhood, you're a child. So in adolescence, entering into young adulthood is actually how to be self-sufficient. And what's happening now with social media is that a lot of people are hyper visible. And a lot of people with a lot more privileges than you have. Economic privileges, okay, political privileges, spatial privileges. People just with a lot more privileges than you have a hyper visibility, and when they make certain achievements to their standard and perhaps your own, you start to feel like you're not doing enough. You know, why am I 24 and not, I don't know, owning 17 Maseratis? You know what I mean? And like owning 15 properties and in the real estate Airbnb business, and also have my own online shop, and also. First of all, I don't have a desire to do any of those things, but I'm just, you're following me. I know you're following me. So with all of that being said, I'm at this point in my life where I am now assuming position. I really have sat down with myself and I've realized, all right, you can leverage just about every privilege you have, not only to bring you more financial prosperity and wealth and abundance, but also to bring you a better sense of understanding of purpose. Purpose. When you're assuming position, that's a part of your manifestation. The thing I want to do with this manifestation series is help you all understand that it is absolutely more than writing it down and setting the intention and just going out into the world and being. But I also want you to understand that the work doesn't need to, nor really should it include your exhaustion, especially not your exhaustion from physical labor, right? And I've noticed that with my manifestation tweets on Twitter, because a lot of my tweets now, I have 2 tweets that have over 6 million impressions, over 200K retweets, over 300K likes, right? These tweets are really starting to gain traction. And what's really interesting now is that I am realizing that I do like the internet. I like the access to larger communities that have similar interest to me. And I like being visible on the internet in the way that I've curated myself. And I'm very comfortable saying that, so I will say it again. I am very interested in OK, and I like being visible on the internet in the way that I have curated myself. I like that. I am becoming more comfortable being a presence on the internet. And there's this moment, right? There's this moment when you decide, here's what I'm going to do. Not what I want to do. What I want to do comes first. So after you have the aha, this is what I want to do moment, you then have to follow it up with so this is what I'm going to do, right? This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to achieve it. This is the work. This is the work. This is how you make it so, right? This is the actions that have to be taken to make your manifestation so. Once you set an intention, once you put it out there, once you believe it 100%, not just like, oh, it's something I want. No, when you start to believe it and it becomes something you have, something that is absolutely yours, something that is destined to be yours, something that is in your possession. Although you cannot feel it and touch it right now, you know that it is in your hand. You understand what I'm saying? It is in your hand. When you get there, you have that moment of, this is what I'm going to do. This is the work. And I believe that energetically, spiritually, whichever language you like to use, that is the manifestation coming to being. I think a lot of what manifesting is actually is the act of willing oneself to do what is necessary to achieve one's goals. I really think that's what manifestation is. I don't think that each and every time it is as fantastical or over spiritualized as people try to make it seem. No, I think, and this is why it's so important also to write, like, this is why a lot of people say, hey, listen, you can text it out, you can type it out, you can tweet it out, you can like vision board it out, you can do whatever. But this is personal. This is why a lot of people say, though, it is still super incredibly beneficial for you to physically write out those manifestations, to put that pen to paper, pencil to paper, ink to paper, whatever, and go through the action of writing out, of scripting out, of spelling out what it is that you have. So I think really think really the conversation that we are having, or that we should be having, people say, oh, y'all say I manifested, da, 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 and don't talk about the work. What y'all don't realize is that the act of just writing it down is the work completed. Woo! The act of writing it down is the work completed. That's the work completed. The act of writing it down is the work completed. Because I feel that that's what manifestation is. Manifestation is the act of willing oneself to do what is necessary to achieve one's goals. That's manifestation. You want something, so you write down that you already have that thing. You write down the ways that you obtain that thing. And then it becomes so. You've made it so in your life. Because by the act of scripting it, you're creating that muscle memory. You're really putting that real physical attention. Labor. Writing is laborious. Writing is labor. Writing is physical activity. That's what I'm saying. That is the work completed. That's the work completed. But people don't like to acknowledge that. Or maybe people don't want to acknowledge it because that's not the way that we've ever spoken about manifestation. It's the way that we should start including in the conversation of manifestation, right? So that's just a thought that I've been having on my mind. That's just a thought I've been having on my mind. So I really originally wanted to ask you all, how you're feeling. With the rain going, my incense, the fresh air coming in, I asked myself, how am I feeling? How's it going? How am I feeling? And I wanted to ask you all how you're feeling. So take a moment. Take a real serious moment. Not a fake moment where you close your eyes and count to 3. Take a real moment. Take a real moment. And if you can, if you're not, driving a car, doing something where you keep your eyes open, if you can, close your eyes and ask yourself audibly, not in your head. Close your eyes and ask yourself audibly, how am I doing? And take note of how your body responds to you asking yourself that question. So I'm going to prompt you again. If you can and are in the space to do so, close your eyes and ask yourself, not in your head, but audibly, how am I doing? And pay attention to how your body responds to you asking yourself that question, right? Is your body calm? Are you starting to get feelings of happiness, pride? Did you get tense anywhere? Did you feel heat anywhere? Did you feel a chill somewhere? You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to how your body responds to you asking yourself, how am I doing? And listen to your body. Really listen to your body. See what your body is telling you. We're always speaking to ourselves, whether or not someone else can hear it. We can hear it. If we listen, I don't know. But we're always in conversation with ourselves. And so when you ask yourself that question and you take note of how your body responds, start to examine why you believe your body responded that way. So for example, if you asked yourself, how am I doing? And you started to feel really good, really, really good. Examine why you're feeling good, right? If you can, take the time and sit down and journal about this. I asked myself how I'm doing today. After I asked myself this, I started to feel really warm. I started to think about my new job offer. That made me feel really great. Then I started thinking about how I'm going to be moving out in 7 months, and that made me feel awesome. then I started feeling super grateful because I remembered that even though I'm moving out, I'm not leaving home, that I always have somewhere where I can call home, that where I'm moving to is truly going to just be a space where I can create, in the most comfortable of an environment, and that this space will bring me a wealth that is indescribable because it's more than money, right? Write that down. Write that down. Write down, or just speak it aloud if you're not in the space to write it down, but identify what had you feeling good and why when you asked yourself, how am I doing? And do the same if when you asked yourself, how am I doing, you weren't feeling so great, right? I asked myself how I'm doing and I started to feel a tenseness in my arm. Then I started thinking about how carrying this shoulder bag, hurts my shoulder. Because that right there is a sign to you that you need to switch your bag. You need to switch your bag. And I know that's seems funny and insignificant, but we get so used to the things we're uncomfortable with just because we'd rather not deal. And what people don't discuss enough too, also when they're manifesting things, is that, again, writing it down is the work completed. So that means that things are going to start shifting and changing around you. And you have to be comfortable with that. You have to be willing to recognize when you're making it so, because in that process, there will be things that will have to be removed. You give and you get. You give and you get. You give and you get. It's not about sacrifice or what's associated with sacrifice. It's not like, I am giving so much onto whomever to receive something and now I'm depleted. No. You give thanks. You give reverence. You give respect. You give love. You give honor. You receive all tenfold. You receive all tenfold. You receive all tenfold. That's making it so. That's what manifestation is when you're making it so. That's the work. That's the work. And I don't know. I've been reading some of the responses to my manifestation tweets, and it's interesting because there are people, it really seems like there's a clear split. There's a clear split. There are people who are just like, yes, girl, ooh-doo-doo, ah-da-da. Or they're putting their own follow-up manifestations, and it's just beautiful. We're just creating this transference of energy that's so bright and just so electric. And it's just, we're all absorbing this really beautiful, radiant energy. And then there are others who retweet or quote tweet or comment who are clearly detractors. All they're interested in is debunking manifestation. And it's like, babe, you're also manifesting in your life as well. Whether or not you like to call it that, you're doing it too. So I don't know why you're obsessed with debunking it. There's nothing to debunk. Just because everyone doesn't feel like going through the whole freaking metaphysical analysis of manifestation and the law of attraction doesn't mean that, one, they're not doing the work, or two, that it's not real. So that's just got a thought. That's also a reminder too, if somebody is not doing what you're doing, right? If somebody's not even trying to do the thing that you're doing, and they want to tell you the thing that you're doing is unachievable, is not real, blah, 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 you have absolutely zero reason to listen to that person. That person cannot offer you any type of advice or anything because, one, they're not even trying. So how do they know? They've literally never tried before. And then on top of that, the gall and audacity it takes to try to offer someone words of advice when you have no frame of reference to what they're doing is absurd to me. It's absurd. So don't listen to the things that you consider absurdity. And I use that language and I say it like that because we are all in our own existence We are all in our own worlds. As much as we are all, or I shouldn't even, whatever. As much as we are also parts of families, and we're parts of friend groups, and we're parts of romantic partnerships, and we're parts of work relationships, and as much as we all belong to all these other worlds, we first belong to our own individual reality. We first belong to our own individual, self-actualized reality. However you go about making it so is however you go about making it so. The next person cannot tell you that was right, that was wrong. If it achieved the goal, right? If you received like the outcome you wanted, then you know what I'm saying? I don't see how somebody can tell you you didn't do it right. Excuse me? I received what I wanted though. And if I truly didn't do it right, if I am truly not doing it right, I'll know. You know what I mean? I'll know. I will really know. If I truly am not doing it right, I will know. It will be revealed to me. As are all things that are to be seen, I shall. So it's just very interesting to me. I hope that this episode, I gotta figure out what language I want to use. But until then, my name is Winter. I am here with you. And we're gonna continue this conversation about manifesting for Black women. Technically, these videos could be applied to all. The reason why it is important to me to specify Black women is because I'm a Black woman. And before I'm speaking to anybody else, I am speaking to myself. Okay? Many blessings, much abundance, and love to all of you who are listening. This episode has made you rethink anything, reconsider, has given you clarity. If this video has reinforced a belief, if this video has challenged a belief, if you do not agree with anything that I have said, please let me know in the comment section down below, and please feel free to share this video far and wide with your friends and family chosen in blood. You are absolutely who you are. So be that version each and every day, so long as it satisfies you. And when it doesn't, be exactly who you are and who you decide to be in the next moment. Ashe and many blessings. I'm Winter. There'll be another episode at some point.